y'all, look, most people think that the stock market is all risky and you gotta stare at charts all day, and you have to like learn how to read charts and use indicators and stuff like that. Well, I'm here to tell you, I want you to renew your mind when it comes to the stock market, because all that is absolutely not true. Okay, this week alone, I collected $1,100 in consistent income without reading charts, doing all those things, without sitting at the computer screen glued to it. Literally took me less than a minute, a quick 30 seconds maybe. You just fill out a form on your phone and you submit the trade. The income or your profits are in your account right then and there. And so, all without stress. And I'm going to break it down to you in this video, how I was able to do it, how I was able to leave my 9-to-5 at 24 years old. This is literally how I make a living, how I pay my bills, how I fund my luxury travel, how I fund literally any and everything. And so I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna tell you exactly how to do this. If you're interested in learning how to trade this strategy, it's called the cover call strategy. And you want to know step by step in more details and more of an educational step-by-step approach, I am having a free stock trading masterclass coming up this week. The link is in the description. Definitely register and I will see you there. Okay, now look, when I first started trading, just to let y'all know, I had to do something back in the day. Okay, I actually started my trading journey in like 2018, I believe it was 2018. Could have been 18, 19, 20, 2018. And I really needed a way out of my 9-to-5. For those of you who are new here and don't know my story, I was diagnosed with a chronic disease called juvenile type 1 diabetes, where I'm relying on insulin, an insulin pump to live. It is a very hard chronic disease to manage. That's the word I'm looking for. And it was stressful. Okay, I didn't have a good time at my 9-to-5. I love my job. I worked in information technology, but I was just so stressed because of my illness. And also, y'all know how it is working at 9-to-5. It's just, you feel like you just not making money. You know, you feel like you're just wasting so much time at work. Then you're micromanaged and just all the things. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And so I was also just tired of working so hard and feeling so sick and just being like relying on this paycheck that I had to wait for. Relying on this daggone paycheck that I had to wait for, which is, you know, like bi-weekly or whatever. And so back when I first started learning about the stock market, I thought that I had to day trade. I thought that I had to learn charts, learn how to read charts, learn how to read indicators, stuff like that. And little did I know, I learned about the strategy called cover calls, and it wasn't me that stumbled upon it. It was my mom that stumbled upon this strategy, and she was like, baby girl, I'm not gonna learn it, but you gonna learn it. So I was like, all right, let me just, you know, see what it's about or whatever. But anyways, when I say this right here was the catalyst to all the amazing things that's going on in my life right now, trading cover calls was the catalyst. I started studying real hard, just I can't even say the word, specifically the cover call strategy. After learning like what is the stock market, you know, all the things, learning the jargon, stuff like that, I buckled down to understand this strategy. And you know, upon doing my research and stuff like that, here is the thing, okay? And a lot of my students, and they ask me this question all the time, like, why, like, how do you lose money? How do you lose money? Like, what are all the things that I need to know, you know, not to do, or, you know, stuff like that. But how do you lose money? And so the thing is, when it comes to trading this strategy, the premium that you make is your premium that you make. So it doesn't matter if the stock go up, go down, or stay the same. That's your money. Because we are investors first, you have to own shares of the company first, and then you trade it. We are investors first, and then, you know, we collect our premium, which is our income. So I'm gonna dive deeper into it. But my first stock that I ever traded, once I was like, okay, I got it, like, I understand the concept, I didn't have like a whole strategy. That took trial and error, you know, lots of we fall down, because, you know, it's a lot of ways that you can trade one strategy. You trade a day trade, y'all know it's over 100 strategies to trade that. You trade a cover call, it's over 100 strategies to trade that. So I had a little trial and error, and I was just trading, trying to figure it out and stuff, but I understood the concept. My first trade was AMD. At the time, it was $50. It was $250 was what I was making per week. And when I say this stock was solid, like, every week it was either $250 or $255. Now, when I say in order to trade this strategy, to make it low risk as possible, although it's already the most lowest risk type of trading, pick a stock that is a stable one, that has fundamentals, that is boring, and you will be all right. Okay, you'll be all right. So I was making $1,000 my first month trading, and I thought that was absolutely fantastic, because, baby, I saw the vision. I said, 3 years, I'm out this joint. Okay, I'm leaving my job, and that was the vision. So, anyways, if you pick a stock, y'all know, if you look on YouTube, if you look like all over the internet, stuff like that, and it's talking about different, you know, how they trade cover calls and stuff like that, they just be doing anything. Over here on this side, first of all, I trade low risk because I can't stomach risky trades or anything risky. I'm like a conservative kind of girl. And so how I do it over here, and I teach it inside of the free masterclass too, if you register for it, we pick solid companies that have the fundamentals. Fundamental only. If it says it has the fundamentals, it has the fundamentals. If the premium is to your liking, the premium is to your liking. For an example, like my $5,000 was my investment, and I was making $250 a week. That was to my liking. That's $1,000 a month, and it was consistent. I was watching it, making sure that it was consistent. That was to my liking. Now, when people ask, like, how do you lose money? You choose these crazy stocks that don't have fundamentals, or maybe it's lacking some of the fundamentals. It don't have everything that it needs, or it's too volatile. Y'all know, like, the thing is, a lot of people love trading, period, because it's sexy money. Okay, y'all know day trading, you put a little money in there, you can make a whole lot of money if you really know what you're doing. So that's what people like. Cover calls is so boring. Cover calls is not like sexy money. Like, it's boring. We make the same amount every single week. So people on the internet, all over, they like to pick companies that have hype around it. They like companies that are like new IPO stocks. They like companies that are volatile because the premium go crazy. Yeah, you can make a whole lot of money, okay, because the premium look real good. And this is one thing that I'm trying to help my students understand, because I do teach this every week. I have a coaching call with my community of students, and we go over, you know, I have questions like this that come up every now and then. We go hard when it comes to the fundamentals because that's what really matters. It keeps everything stable. It keeps the stock stable but going in a slow uptrend. It keeps your income stable. If you choose a stock that's too volatile, your income becomes inconsistent. We don't want that. So if you like look at everyone else's strategy, they may have, maybe they're trading once a month. Maybe they are, trading these volatile stocks, or they have different strategies. But my strategy over here, I don't do none of that. When I say I don't even make multiple trades a week, I only trade on Monday. That's my only day. We call it Money Making Monday. So anyway, let me continue. So I think I just named a couple things, like the making sure that the stock has the fundamentals, because one way of losing money on a trade is not from the trade. It's not from the options, because no matter what, if the stock stays the same, if the stock go up a little bit, if the stock go down a little bit, your premium that you make, which is your profit, is yours. Y'all get me? It don't matter. But here's what matters. The company that you invest in, because remember I said earlier in the video that we are investors first. So I bought, let's say, 100 shares of AMD. My investment, $5,500. My first ever trade, right? First ever month trading. Well, let's say if that stock was a risky stock, which means, let's say it didn't have the fundamentals, let's say it was a little volatile, too volatile, like it moves too much or whatever, that's when it becomes risky. Really, when it doesn't have the fundamentals, because when I started trading, it was a month before COVID. It was February 2020 and COVID was March 2020. So y'all know I was in the market when that thing was crashing and burning. And my income was the same. My income was consistent. The only thing that changed, the stock price dropped. But when you pick good stocks, it comes back up. And not only does the stock price goes back up, but it always surpasses it. That's how you make sure you don't lose money. And you're not losing money on the trade. You're losing money or a decrease in equity or a decrease in your account value, your investment decreases because you are an investor first. So let's say my account went from $5,500 to $4,500 for an example, but I'm still trading, I'm still making the income, I'm still paying my bills, but my account value decreased. But y'all know if you pick good stocks, it always will rise again. So that's another one. If you pick a stock that is risky and that thing decrease, if we have like anything like a recession, Uncle Donnie, he might, post something crazy or something that's a little controversial, something that ruffles people's feathers a little bit, something that causes a little anxiousness in the stock market, and your stock don't have the fundamentals, it's not a solid stock, but you excited and you happy because you making money because the premium good, the profits profiting, you can kiss your money goodbye, because your account value as a whole will decrease, and you're gonna have to cross your fingers that thing comes back up. Or they could have like a bad earnings report, revenue a little flaky, a little weird, whatever, and the company's just decreasing, maybe, and revenue decreasing, and really revenue, stuff like that. That's what really moves it down. But anyway, yeah, you can kiss your money goodbye. So think of it as an investor, because how the strategy works, you have to invest. And then once you purchase the shares, you trade against it to make a consistent profit, a consistent premium, a consistent income. So that's how that works. Let me think. Is there any other? That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So if you stick with the stocks that are stable, fundamentally strong, the premium, stable, and there's different ways you can, you can learn this and figure it out, stuff like that. You're fine. You cool. Just keep reinvesting, stacking your money, buy more shares, buy more shares, buy more shares, all of that stuff, so you can increase your income. People lose money in the market because they chase the hype. I focus on boring stocks, on boring money. Okay? When it comes to this strategy, you can for sure leave your job if that's what you want. You can for sure pay your mortgage or take over your car note or pay all your bills or whatever it is that you want to do. Pay off your debts, whatever your goal is. Go on family trips multiple times a year. Whatever your goal is, you can for sure accomplish that with this strategy. But I will say that if you are not a disciplined person, if you are filled with the spirit of greed, you can go ahead and exit off this video because it's not for you. Okay? But if you're a disciplined person, you're like, okay, it has the fundamentals, I'll trade it. You're not the type that say, oh, it don't have the fundamentals, but the premium popping. Like, if you, we don't want that type of person. If you are disciplined, you good. You just got to make sure, when I say your risk is managed, that is how we manage risk over here. That's the only risk management we have over here, is making sure stocks are fundamentally strong. And if so, we good. If not, we move on, we toss it to the side, and we look for our next stock. So it's not the world of this strategy, cover call strategy, is not all about being lucky and all that stuff. How day trade and stuff like that. Sometimes you lucky, okay, when you day trading. And I know some of y'all who come across my videos, maybe you day trade, forex, whatever it is, and you're good at it, and I love that. But every now and then you luck up. This ain't that. Okay? This ain't that. This right here is about control. So we have full control. So it's really cool. It's an awesome strategy. I'm so grateful for it. It has done so much for me in my life. One, it retired me from the 9 to 5, which I'm so grateful for. It allowed me to take control of my health. My health is as amazing. The best health I have ever had was when I left my job. Even my doctors was like, girl, what you doing? Because this is just not normal for your type of diabetes. Like, what you doing? And I was like, not stressed. I'm retired. Huh? Talk to her nice. Okay? Period. And it allows me to do a lot of other things, like take care of my family, my mom. I retired my mom. My sister is in school to be a doctor of dental surgery. I pay for all her living expenses and all the things, so she can live a good life out there. It's a lot. Hey, I'm taking care of myself, my family, my mom, my sister. And it's just a great time over here. I'm in all these other different investments, international real estate. Like, I'm just having a ball. I'm having a ball. I paid off all my debts. I have no stress at all. No stress. If I'm stressed, it's not financial. And y'all know how that go. Most people stress about that. And that's not one of them. And I'm so grateful for that. But anyways, let me get off of here. I feel like I'm just rambling now. I'll be back with another video. But anyways, the link is in the description if you want to learn the strategy. And just know we don't luck up. We don't luck up over here. Okay, it's strategy. It's strategy, and we can control it. Okay, we can control it all over here. This is a whole way of trading that don't nobody know about. And people be in my comments all the time talking about how can you trade without watching charts. I do. So come on over here on this side. It's a good time. And less stress. No stress, actually. And especially once you learn and you, whew, you learn, you soak up the skill and the information. Oh, you good for the rest of your life. But anyways, I got to go. Bye.